we're recording. There we go. Back to Equestrian Brante. We have not recorded in 20 days because... Excuse me?
Ain't you missing something?
What am I missing? You jackass. Well, we moved channels, so I can't... The stream stopped.
You can't be responsible for thinking about it. Oh my god.
I cannot be responsible for the fact that Discord functions as intended.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Anyway, it's been 20 days since we've actually recorded anything from this, but we did... Well, we recorded so much in such a brief time that I've been able to keep recording or uploading videos weekly despite that. Alright, 23 years old, still peacetime.
Yeah, a friend in need.
You want to start us off?
Sure. You arrive at the office one fine morning and find a visitor already sitting there. I thought we were fired. No, we weren't, were we?
No, we barely managed to save our job. Last time we had a series of disasters and barely recovered.
The visitor is none other than Tommas Guerrero. Tommas Guerrero. Did we know his last name before?
I think so.
His heavy uniform already bears a captain's chevrons. Tommas looks nervous, his fingers drumming a foreboding staccato on the desk. Why has your old friend decided to pay a visit?
In before you ask us to fuck him.
Sorry?
Sorry. You pat your friend on the shoulder and congratulate him on his promotion. Tommas shrugs, quietly brimming with pride.
I got bumped.
Don't.
No.
Don't you dare.
I got bumped a month.
Jesus Christ, you're fucking up your own...
I got bumped up a month ago. Apparently the Legion is running short on decent officers. And then I realized, why are there so few of them? Wish I knew my direct superior was gonna be our very own Commander Otten.
Oh, that jackass. I'll do the next one too. Tommas grows grim at the mention of Otten. Listen, buddy, you and me, we always help each other out, right? That Arcanian bastard, well, he challenged me to a duel. For the second time! He cut me down a month ago. That was my second lesser death. Jesus Christ! His superior that's poor leadership skills.
I know, I never told you, but it was tough. The gods, they spoke to me there, in the hereafter.
But right now, I got something worse to worry about than matters of the soul. See, Otten, he remembers me from the time at the academy when I stood up to him at the party. Now he's gonna kill me again and again until my true death comes. So it's a duel. That's Otten's way of having fun with his subordinates.
I think we got a king make, our buddy. We're
yeah,
not
honestly,
allowed to kill.
This guy, seriously, gay jokes aside, this guy has been our broski since the very beginning. We need to help him any way we can.
Yeah. Equestrian, I'm asking you as a friend, will you be my second at the duel? That's so... It's so hard not to make gay jokes. They're such a good couple, I love them, I want them. Would you be my second at the murder party? Oh, Tommas, yes.
I will say, my opposition to it aside, he is probably the most suitable person that we've found to be Equestrian's mate in this entire story.
I mean, just look at him. One hand he's got a fucking sword, the other one is like clenched in a curled fist.
In order of the available female bachelorettes, we've got...
Well, we kind of haven't got a choice now, have we?
Well, we haven't, but hold on. Let me list them out. We've got our sister, our half-sister, I should say.
We're not banging our sister.
Listen to me before I finish.
Okay.
The available bachelorettes in the storyline. There's our half-sister, right? There's the terrorist chick, and then there is the Arcanian lady who wanted to use us as a plaything. Those were the three straight options. This guy, by comparison, I'm sorry, I think you were right. We should have been gay.
Fucking told you.
Alright.
Told you, man.
I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Equestrian Brante should have been gay.
I'll solve this again.
Go.
Equestrian, I'm asking you as a friend. Will you be my second at the duel? I know Prefect Alborne doesn't like any kind of sword fighting. It's one of the old traditions he wants to put a stop to. But if I show up without a second, he won't just kill me for a third time. He'll dishonor me too.
You knit your brow in thought. In the Prefect's opinion, dueling is a lawless tool of noble tyranny. Alborne sees duels as an outmoded way of circumventing the legal system. He would be crushed to learn that one of his judges had been involved in a duel. Tommas sighs heavily.
I know this is hard, pal, but I've got no one else to turn to. All the boys in the Legion fear Otten like the plague. You're the only noble who can support me in this.
But I know this duel won't be the end. Our great Sir Otten won't find an excuse for a third... will find an excuse for a third duel before you know it. And that'll be my last one for sure.
Tommas rolls up the sleeve of his uniform. 2 pitch-black lines encircle his forearm. He is desperate, and it is easy to see why. One-on-one against an Arknian swordsman, he's doomed.
The law forbids dueling. I was putting that S in the wrong place every time.
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay. But if you refuse to show Tommas your support through your presence, your friend's spirit will be broken before his body can even be killed. You recall all previous encounters with Otten in your youth. Is there a chance the distinguished Arknian still remembers you? If you go to him and speak in Tommas's defense, will he even bother to listen?
Okay, so we got no choice, but
we don't have any choice. I want to see what these other ones
matter.
were. Alright, manipulation. Oh, we had to be good with Dorius. Or -2. Oh, okay, why would we ever choose either of these? Fuck. I mean, this one, I guess, if we knew him, we could kind of get... No.
Yeah. I'm kind of... we're gonna lose our job again.
But didn't we just say that we need to be... We're Thomas's bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're right. This is...
It's just gonna be annoying.
Yeah. Alright, it's you.
You've been best friends with Tommas ever since you were little boys. Does he really think you would abandon him to such a cruel fate? Of course you'll be his second at the duel, no matter what. Your friendship will not be broken, not even if you risk Prefect Alborne's displeasure.
As the two of you walk to the palace ruins, you finally have time to ask Tommas for more information. What was Otten's excuse for challenging him to a duel this time?
Here's what happened. Otten told me to head to a nearby village with a squad of Legion soldiers. Sulman, it's called. The villagers refused to pay the Archduke's tax, said they already paid the tax to Guy's Tempest's men. He's the overseer, so the law says the tax is his. So Otten told me, and the lads, to string up a couple of the rowdiest peasants, and put their houses to the torch, to teach the rest of them a lesson.
So we went there, and let me tell you, buddy, I didn't join the Legion to start hanging people and burning villages. So we decided to have a word with the village elder first. The locals soon realized what was going on. Losing money is one thing, but losing a spare life is worse. They hemmed and hawed and finally found enough cash to pay Archduke Milanitis.
Which means we came back to Anazot with nobody dead and all the money for the treasury. But then the commander summons me and claims I didn't follow his order. Which means I also slighted the honor of the noble Arknian who's my commander. So he challenges me to a duel.
And you know what? I'm not the first equestrian, and I'm not the last. Any officer in the Legion could end up like me. Otten does as he sees fit, with no plans to stop. He's a commander. He's a noble of the sword. He's an Arctian. We're just dirt under his boot. Who's gonna rein him in?
You reach the site of the duel just before dawn. By a half-crumbled wall, you see a tall figure clad in a thick cloak. Dorius Otten, High Commander of Margra, already expecting you. His azure fingers drum impatiently on the pommel of his sword. Tommas dutifully bows to his commander. Otten grimaces at him.
You're late, Captain Guerrero. Why should I have to wait for you? You've insulted me again already. And who is this? I've seen your face before. Anyway, don't have time for this. Make haste. I have other duels today.
The commander's second appears from the shadows, a young nobleman, quiet and eager to oblige his betters. As seconds, you ask the duelist if they are ready. As seconds pass, you ask if the duelists if they are ready.
Wait, sorry.
Without a word, Otten draws his sword.
Yeah.
Tommas nods anxiously, clearly ready to face another death.
I don't know if this is what was tripping you up about that sentence, but do you know how the mechanics of dueling worked in like the 17 and 1800s?
Not in regard to whatever seconds are. And
so essentially, a second was a person who would, like, if the first person refused, then the second would take the...
Okay, no,
like, if the first person pussied out, then the second would take his place. Also, the seconds acted as witness to say the duel was fair. So if there was any contestation later, like, if...
it's just the label of seconds that I didn't quite pick up.
Yeah. So if Otten, like, pulled out a gun and shot Tommas in the face, you as the second and his guy as the second would be able to say this was an unfair duel and therefore unjust, and he would be brought up on charges. That sort of thing.
Kidding me? I would say it was totally fair.
Well, yeah, because otherwise he's going to shoot you too. It's not a perfect system, but the idea was it was like a... it wasn't just a clandestine sort of thing. You attested that the duel did happen and that it was honorable.
Yeah.
And then
imagine you're in like a fancy fucking sword fight. You get to the end, you're losing. You pull out a snub-nosed shotgun and just blow the guy away.
It sounds like an American duel. We actually had a president that dueled for a while.
Yeah. Was that Roosevelt?
No, Andrew Jackson. He was involved in over 100 duels in his life, and some of them while he was president.
Nice.
I mean, the guy was...
I've seen they went to the death.
Usually. So he was a horrible person, but he did some very good things, and he did some very bad things. He's one of those people in history that is... He has no gray area. If you look at his actions, he was... Like, he did, like, some of the... You can bucket them into, this was really good for the country, and holy shit, these things were horrible.
Yeah. Ends justify means kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
yeah.
The two bow ceremoniously and adopt a dueling stance. The difference between them is apparent as soon as they begin. Otten's sword seems like an extension of his arm. Tommas pales before him, like a clumsy child who has grabbed father's sword for the first time.
He's a captain. How the fuck is that bad?
Well, I mean, but this guy's like a general. And you gotta realize that Tommas was a street urchin before he joined. This guy's probably been training since he was like 5.
I mean, it sounds like we're a lot better than he is at sword fighting, and we've been studying law. He's been studying the sword.
To be fair, our valor is pretty fucking epic. So yeah, I agree. Maybe Tommas is just bad.
Everything about this battle shows that Otten treats this duel as no more than entertainment. The Arcnian moves around so rapidly and gracefully, your friend can barely defend himself against the flurry of strikes. Then for the smallest moment, Otten tones down his assault, and for the first time during the duel, Tommas makes a riposte.
Easily, effortlessly, Otten deflects Thomas's blow and then retaliates. His sword sticks through your friend's shoulder. As soon as you see the blade drew blood, you shout for the duel to end. The debt for the insult has been paid in blood. If the loser of the duel is ready to offer his apology, the fight must stop.
What? Is some human trying to teach me the laws of the duel? I am an Archnean of the Otten dynasty. There is no one here who can teach me the ways of honor.
His sword flashes and stabs your friend straight through the heart.
Yeah.
A wet, red spot begins to spread across Thomas's shirt. Your friend stumbles backward. He drops his sword. His knees buckle. A wheeze. Another. Then a cough full of blood. And his bright eyes grow dim and dull.
He'd better come back to life.
Oh, he's got one more.
Slowly, Tommas's body disappears. His bloodstained clothes, his sword, and his footsteps in the dust are all that remains. Otten hands his sword to his second, who is ready to wipe it down. Okay, so he's coming back.
His second is just a fucking squire.
Yeah.
Well then, that pitiful human will face another duel very soon. Let's hope he fights better during his last life. When your friend is reborn, tell him my exact words.
Oh yay! We're now friends with the guy who's got one life left.
Status in danger. Alright, this is you, by the way.
Yeah. The Archnean walks away, calm and composed, his second in tow. Dazed and numb, all you can do now is gather your friend's belongings and bring them to his house. Unless you intervene, Tommas is doomed to meet his true death soon. You are a judge, but to an Archnean of such rank and birth, your authority means nothing. Is there any way you can help your friend? Cue the montage! Training!
Da, 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 da. Oh, Borne doesn't like us as much.
He's still +1.
Yeah, he's still +1, but we lost one doing that. The case against Otten. Oh shit! Let's do it. The day after your meeting with Tommas, time slows to a crawl. As you examine one case after another, you cannot help but think back to your friend and his fate again and again. There's a knock at the door. Baron Elborne, the prefect, has decided to pay you a visit.
I have a matter to discuss with you, Brante. Would you mind if we took a walk? It's getting a bit stuffy in here.
The prefect clearly wants to discuss something in private. You walk down the stairs together and leave the prefecture.
Soon the two of you are walking down.
You're waiting for the noise to subside.
It was a very noisy street.
It was a very noisy street. Sorry.
The noisy streets of the Brass District. The wind is strong today, the grey sky mercifully overcast. The people around you are bartering, buying, and selling eagerly. The streets are full of craftsmen and factory workers. Merchant carts squeak as they roll down the streets. The head of the prefecture looks more worried than usual, lost in thought as he observes the bustling street life around him.
Brante, do you recall how we talked about the tyranny of the nobility in the province? Dorius Otten is the High Commander of Magra. He's on a murderous spree. He challenges his subordinates to a duel for the slightest infraction and slaughters them with impunity. If our law is unable to protect anyone from the violent tyranny of the Archneans, who will ever respect the law? It's time we put an end to this.
As long as I am in charge of the prefecture, establishing the rule of law over people of all estates and titles is our most important task. But people like Otten stand in our way. People who think themselves above the law. We need to prove them wrong.
I have been informed that Odin has pressured your childhood friend, Captain Tommas Gero, into a duel. And I believe Sir Gero has sought your assistance in private. Am I right?
Can't be mad at us for that. You admit that it is so. Indeed, as an old friend, Tommas is counting on you to defend him.
And so, young Brante, I believe that to be reason enough to entrust this case to you officially.
What?
Hell yeah! Hell fucking yeah!
No! I mean,
No, we're gonna prosecute the shit out of this dickhead!
yeah, it's great for us, but at the same time, it's like, so, I heard you have a vested interest, and so you're potentially very corrupt.
Oh yeah,
I think it's the perfect case for you.
Yeah, well, exactly. Don't get me wrong. Like, this has so many moral problems. But, I'm still happy.
Sorry, is it still me?
It is you. Well, it's
Sorry,
you now. I just read the last one.
Yep. If you find yourself doubting your abilities, know that you are my best candidate. No other judge would have the courage to prosecute an Archnian. That, and I trust you more than any ordinary judge. I spoke to your father, but even he would not accept this undertaking. He says your family has worked too hard to be ennobled by the sword to risk it all now. But you bear no such burden, do you?
Oh, hell yeah. As it stands right now, sentencing an Archnian to even the smallest punishment is unthinkable. But drop by drop of water can wear down any stone. We will make our way to Odin, but we must do it slowly and carefully. What we need is a perfectly prepared case. We need you to find enough incontrovertible evidence and enough witnesses who are willing to testify in court.
That's creepy. But I'm sure you realize that even this won't be enough to force an Archnian to go to trial, don't you, Equestrian? We have to change the unspoken rules in our city and province. We will start with low-ranking people, lower-ranking cases, and little by little, we'll establish rules that even high-born nobles will have to obey. I don't know why he's turned French, right?
I mean, our accent for him has sort of become like a German-French hybrid.
He's... Wait, so kind of like... I don't know, what's Belgian people sound like? Is that kind of German-French?
Dutch is more like a German-English hybrid.
Belgian?
I think what... Yeah,
Dutch.
yeah, the Belgians speak Dutch.
Do they?
Dutch is the native language of Belgium. Do you not know this? How do I know this? I'm not from Europe.
Because I'm not a geography person.
Well, to be fair, I've actually been to Belgium. But yeah, no, Dutch is the native language, and it's sort of like... It's like German mixed with English.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, Netherlands is a little bit closer to France, and so they have a little bit more French influence. But yeah, anyway. All of a sudden, Elborne stops, standing in the middle of the street. In the middle of a street bustling with life, he points out a number of commoners hurrying about their business.
Just look at all the... just look. All these people need to know there is no such thing as justice. The law must apply to them all, no matter their lot. Whether suffering, praying, or ruling, they need to know they can rely on us judges to enforce the law against anyone and everyone. I am counting on you in this, Sir Brante.
You stand motionless as Elborne studies you intently. From now on, from this moment forth, you will prosecute a case against the High Commander of Magra, a highborn Archnian from an ancient dynasty. This is a pivotal moment in your destiny and your career. You could rise higher than ever, or plunge into obscurity and ruin.
You decide to talk about Tommas and his fate. Right now, he represents your best chance at getting Odin indicted. Indicted?
Indicted. Yeah.
Is that how it's spelled?
That is how it's spelled, and yeah, indicted.
Huh.
It's one of those words that like has a random silent letter in it.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Let's see. Indicted. But there is absolutely no guarantee he will live to speak at trial. If you are to oversee this case, ensuring his safety has to be the first thing you do.
You're right, Brante. We need Thomas Guerrero to see this to the end. But remember, this is about more than just your friend and his fate. This is a matter of law and justice for the entire province. The peril to Sir Thomas's life is great indeed. But if you openly defy the High Commander right now, your standing will suffer accordingly.
You could find a oh my god, words. I don't know why I keep trying to say suffer.
You could fuck up words like me.
You could find a self-shelter. Fuck me. Alright.
Take a deep breath and just close your eyes and then go.
You could find a safe shelter for Sir Tommas, away from Otten. But if Tommas remains in the city, he might be of use when we begin looking for Otten's other victims. I realize you are looking for a way to rescue your friend, but right now, we must all use caution, lest our entire cause suffer. What say you, Equestrian? What is your plan?
Okay.
I went very Transylvania there.
Yeah, I want to suck your blood. Yeah, no. So we have all the options open to us pretty much. So obviously we're not going to do that.
Wait. Well.
But he's basically going to die in this case.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he's going to get dueled again and get fucked up. But let's see what the other ones are.
I don't like any of them, really.
So have Tommas taken into custody.
I think... Wait, what are the requirements for the two that we've got unlocked?
Basically our relationships with our boss. So...
And what above? Okay.
So we've done something with him. We've promised something to him. I think... my personal preference is this one. Because if we arrest him, then he's still going to be in jail and he's going to be dishonored. Right?
Yeah.
But with this one, we get him out of the reach of Otten, right? But
yeah, and he gets a squad of gendarmes.
Sorry, what do you see?
He gets a squad of gendarmes.
Yeah, exactly. He gets prestige, and he's safe.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Okay, let's go with that.
You assure the Prefect that Tommas is a crucial witness. Without his statement, the case will fall short of its goal. He will speak at the trial because he is your friend. Few other people would willingly testify against a highborn Archman. You have to keep Captain Guerrero safe from Otten's harassment.
Elborne himself has entrusted you with the Otten case. He has to support you and help the Prefecture keep Tommas safe. And the only way to keep Tommas safe is to take him out of the city and keep him well guarded.
Oh, Baron Elborne rubs the bridge of his nose agitated by your words.
I'm sorry, you eating?
Sorry, yeah, I had a slice of cake.
Here, I'll read the next line. That's a dangerous first move, Brante. Acting like this is bound to attract Otten's attention sooner than necessary. But you gave me your word, and I have no reason to doubt your loyalties. If you think this is crucial, I am ready to take the risk.
But Captain Guerrero is still a subordinate of Commander Otton's, is he not? I do not condone desertion. How will you explain his disappearance?
You tell him about your plan to send Tommas, guarded by several gendarmes, to a village of Sulmina. which he recently taxed on Otten's orders. The villagers are still grateful to him for saving them from the commoner's ire. From the commander's ire over the unpaid tax. So they will provide him with a safe haven for a time, hopefully long enough for Otten to forget he even exists. Reluctantly, Elborne accepts your plan.
I am sure you realize that such a plan cannot possibly be sanctioned by the prefect. Very well. Prepare and execute the escape. I shall overlook this transgression. Use extra caution. My reputation is at stake along with yours.
Back at the office, you send a note to Tommas's address, a brief request to visit you at the prefecture as soon as possible. He returns to your office that evening. You have not seen him for just one day. You've not seen him for just one day, but he looks a decade older. It pains you to see him so downcast.
But you have news. Otten is well on his way toward being punished for his crimes. We are building a case against the High Commander of Magra, and Tommas absolutely has to participate in the trial as the main witness and tell the whole truth about the lawless tyranny of the haughty Arcane.
Upon hearing these words, Tommas stands tall again. You spy a wicked spark in his eyes, a glimmer familiar from the years when you were both young.
My oh my! The Brante boy next door wants to put an Arcanian behind bars. Count me in, buddy. I'll bear witness, alright. I'm gonna have myself a good rant about that high-born bastard.
Fuck yeah. You ask your friend to pace himself for now. First of all, Tommas needs protection against Otten's persecution, and you have a plan for that.
I'm glad he's on board, because I thought he might have been like, I don't want to screw with my commander, that's dishonorable. But he's like, yeah, fuck that bastard.
Well, that's why I didn't want to go with the arrest motive, because that would have been dishonorable.
You would not enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like our school days all over again. I'm listening.
That's you next.
That very night, you and Tommas leave the city in a carriage with blocked-out windows, accompanied by a squad of gendarmes. Captain Linard, the leader of the squad, soon grows suspicious of the situation. Oh, it's this
guy. He was the Aussie accent, right?
Sean Bean.
Your Honor, may I ask why we're heading out in the middle of the night? Pardon me for speaking out of line, sir, but there's something fishy about this.
You nip the gendarme doubt in the bud. They are soldiers in service to the law and the prefecture, and your word is the will of the law, so they had better respect the glory of the nobility and follow the orders of their superior. You take command of the gendarme squad for the rest of the journey. Though displeased, Captain Linard has no choice but to relinquish his authority.
You reach the village of Sulmina by sunrise. You see a handful of houses huddled at the foot of a mountain ridge, their outlines emerging from the morning mist.
Well, no one's gonna bother me here. I'm sure of that. Oh wait, no, it's Tom.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy.
They look very similar.
They really do.
Well, no one's gonna bother me here. I'm sure of that. And I don't see the locals betraying me either. Thank you, my friend. I hope we see each other again soon.
After a heartfelt goodbye, you make your way back to Enazone, exhausted by the long trip. Haha, in hiding.
Hell yeah.
This is you, by the way.
Unexpectedly, the entire prefecture soon learns about your suspicious midnight visit to Sulmina. Did that snake in the grass, Captain Linard, spread the word? Or was this the handiwork? Wow, that spelling. Oh, wait, is that right?
That is how you spell it, yeah.
With an I?
Yeah, so it normally be handy with a Y, but whenever you conjoin two words, the Y becomes an I in English.
Doubt. Of one of your enemies? You'd never learn the truth. You do, however, find an acceptable excuse. Captain Guerra was sent to the village with a squad of gendarmes on your orders to make sure the village's taxes had been collected properly. Sir Elborny had no choice but to issue you an official reprimand for taking an unsanctioned action. Tommas remains safe now, but your progress on the case of Dorius Otten has slowed down.
Okay.
So, because the fucking
Oh,
Captain
God.
of the Guard... Well, again,
Well,
it's less than...
we're not there yet, but we're down.
I think it activates at less than 2.
Yeah. Well, no, it activates at less than 1.
Okay.
Or it did last time. All right, so I have D&D in 10 minutes. So we gotta read this, and then we're done. So, you have been entrusted with a case against the noble and influential Archnean, the High Commander of the province. He is accused of violence against his own legionaries. It's also lagging. You.
The procession to the tree. A holy day is...
Huh?
How long is this fucking music clip?
It's gonna keep going. Just read.
Okay, a holy day is coming. A day when the entire empire thanks the twins for the silver tree. The sign they left behind is a reminder of their eternal presence in this world. This momentous occasion is especially important for Anazul, but the clergy cannot agree on how best to celebrate it. Father Lenart has called for all worshippers of the twins to approach the Temple of the Silver Tree and kneel before the sacred relic. But the old clergy balks at the idea of Lenart and the new believers leading the ritual.
So, you sound a little bit garbly near the end there.
Do I?
Did you change your position around your mic?
No.
Oh, okay, weird. I could still hear you, it just sounded like you were kind of muffled a little bit more. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, now you sound normal. The day has come. An immense crowd is moving in a procession towards the temple near the silver tree where Father Lenart waits. But an inquisitor by the name of Jean or Jean stands in their way. She strikes a defiant pose. Confronted by a member of the Holy Order of the Inquisition, the procession reluctantly stops.
Oh, is this a really high-pitched one?
I think...
It is.
It was, yeah.
People down back! Those who attend the last one will succumb to the new faith. Who reject the constant divine design of divination. Divine design! You are about to bring the wrath of the gods down upon us all. Upon your eyes. Go back to your homes and pray to the twins.
Oh my god, I was trying so hard not to laugh. The procession, so I'll do the next one too. The procession wants to move, but the people are confused until Father Lenart himself walks out of the temple to meet Jean face to face. Do we have a voice for this guy?
Is this... Who is this?
I don't know. I don't think we've met this guy before.
He looks Russian.
Alright.
People of Venezuela, no one has the right to deny you the sacred ritual of worship at the tree. Not even the Inquisition. In such a denial, not more likely to provoke the wrath of the twins.
The Inquisition must know that the faith does not seek to challenge or defy the twins. We are merely trying to correct the mistakes of those who came before us. We do not anger the twins. We merely vex those who refuse to accept the dawn of a new age. That was not at all Russian.
It was you were floating between Russian and French. It was weird. Alright.
Yeah.
Jean finds herself between a rock and a hard place. Seeing that she has no other choice, she lets the procession pass. The new faith's numbers have swelled of late. It cannot be stopped now. Uh-oh.
Yay.
Back into schism! Okay. That's where we can end it. Alright.
Yep.
End of another part. Back to reading out Bronte's history.
so fucking loud today?
Maybe you've got
I
the.
just turned it down to half. Maybe I had.
You
turned it
may,
up.
yeah, you may have had the stream volume a little lower before.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching. You will see another Equestrian Brante part whenever we can be bothered.